Welcome to WWE'S Most Ridiculous with Bauert, exclusive to Fightful.com, sponsored by NADS. We bring you a Balls Report update. Last week, we brought you breaking news informing you of the unfortunate demise of Apollo Crews' balls, had to be taken off life support, claimed by Dolph Ziggler, taxidermied. Good news, Apollo Crews was on Talking Smack, seemed in great spirits, was able to sit without a problem. The Enzo replacements are doing quite well for him. But in a special investigation in the Balls Report, it was brought to our attention this week on SmackDown Live by one Dean, fairly stable Ambrose, an accusation that apparently one lone wolf has no testicles. This is news to us here at WWE's Most Ridiculous. We like to think here at Fightful.com we are abreast of all the latest in testicular news. No rock will go unturned, no ball will be left untouched. By Sean Rossap. We'll keep you updated as we find out more. The real MVPs and the couple that we are honouring today. Mike the Miz and his beautiful wife Maurice. The Mizes. The Mizes. The Mizes beat the shit out of Snicky. Verbally beat the shit out of Snicky. And then again on Talking Smack. Pretty much what Randy Orton did to Bray Wyatt's estate, Miz did to John Cena's soul. I think this is love. I guess at the end of the day, WWE taketh away. Miz and Maurice brings it straight back. Right in the fields. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new Universal Champion. There for a reason. Pretty practical advice. Guys, come on. Accept NADS. Embrace NADS. Feel for the NADS. We just want to help. Monday Night Raw, Goldberg addresses the crowd. And who shows up? It's a bit of toing and throwing. Goldberg is just sweating everywhere. And it ends with Goldberg's first bump in 13 years of Lesnar F5ing him and dropping him and leaving him for dead in the middle of the ring. Pretty messed up after that. Took him a little while to get to his feet. And as we all suspected, KO, I know you're going through a lot right now. This must be a devastating time in your life. But you gotta listen to NADS. NADS, the official sponsor of WrestleMania 33. Austin Aries package. It isn't a good package. It isn't a bad package. It's just the package. It's the most beautiful package this reporter has ever seen. I love Austin Aries package. More on that later. This week on Jericho Watch. Jericho's got a sparkly jacket back on. I just hate it when my parents fight. Jericho wanted answers. Why, Kevin? Why did you have to go and break my heart, break my skull, break all the art pieces? KO's response? I never loved you. I get it. Sometimes it isn't the Notebook. Sometimes it's just plain old reality. But why? I don't buy it, KO. I know what true love looks like. I've seen Buffy and Angel together. And sometimes you just have to stab them in the heart and send them to the ether, only to come back months later confused and naked and really hot. I know what love looks like. And I'm sorry, KO, but you caught the love bug and there's no denying it. There is no shame in divorce. There's no shame in making a mistake. But just don't go saying things you can't take back. So you know what? Go off, have your little thing with Joe. That's fine. Jericho and Zayn look really good together. They're kind of my new favorite ship. So you know what? You can go on believing what you want, but when it comes to WrestleMania, you're going to be in the middle of that ring begging for forgiveness. He'll call you a stupid idiot, threaten to put you back on the list, but you'll fall in love all over again. No, I still have hope. Recently on 205 Live, we've had a feud beginning between Bryan Kendrick and Akira Tozawa. Kendrick was incredibly generous, offered to take Tozawa under his wing, seeing an acute, uncanny resemblance in him. Tozawa, with the little English that he knew, pretty much told him to piss off. Said feud proceeds. Cut to this week's 205 Live. Tozawa in the ring, ready for his match. Kendrick comes out. Hey buddy, I promised you a match with a Bryan Kendrick. Bryan Kendrick. And now comes this man. In the past, I have praised Bryan Kendrick's diabolical skills. It's all about the fine print. So, I mean, not that the man with a plan needs any ideas from me. He dresses like Van Halen. How can you go wrong? But I just had a few ideas off the top of my head. Braun and Strodrick. As we saw at Fastlane, Harambe went to the top rope to do a splash onto Roman Reigns. As they say, sometimes you just fly a little too close to the sun. And Roman Reigns rolled out of the way and he crashed and burned and lost. But I encourage Harambe's newfound love of the cruiserweight division. Emma! Suddenly missing again after 4 months waiting for Emelina's debut. By summer 2018, we will have Emma back in the ring. But in the meantime, it's a good spot. Eric Rowan. That is if he made it out of the fire that Randy Orton started last week. Possible concern he was still locked in the basement. But this could be a great place for him to re-debut. Or if Rowan wants to come back as the ghost of Sister Abigail for a while until one gets her shit together, one wouldn't mind. Finally, the most obvious, Bryan Danielson Kendrick. I know that Daniel Bryan can't exactly wrestle right now, wants to, is not allowed to, possibly will again in a year and a bit once his contract's up apparently. But in the meanwhile, via proxy, he could use his spirit animal or a goat, which is a whole Pandora's box. In breaking news, Charlotte's winning pay-per-view streak was broken by one Bayheely Inflatables. Well, technically by one Bayheely Inflatables and one Miss Sasha Banks. But hey, apparently that's not a bad thing for the good guys to do anymore. It just has this reporter confused. The world just feels like the good guys are bad, the bad guys are good. It's a confusing time to be alive. More later, I guess. Baron Corbin nearly killed Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose was searching for Baron Corbin backstage. Baron Corbin was hiding behind a wall, holding a security guard hostage, just casual. When Dean approached, threw him at him, quite humorous. Then Baron Corbin brought out a lead pipe and cracked Dean Ambrose in the ribs and stomach. That wasn't quite enough. He had to place Dean Ambrose on the ground, get a forklift, crush him with it till he turned blue. I guess, brand pride could be a good defense in court for that. I'm just glad that he didn't just spear him with the forklift. That is what one would. It was announced on Talking Smack that Dean Ambrose was receiving treatment in hospital, internal bleeding everywhere. I just think it's only right that Ambrose has a bit of a game plan, sweet revenge on Baron Corbin. You bring in a forklift, I bring in a wrecking ball. Swing on that friggin' wrecking ball while singing Miley Cyrus. How about that? He could actually just set a bunch of lone wolves onto Baron Corbin. Similarly, get Zach Galifianakis to... Or sometimes, I guess the best way to go is take something that they will never have, that they want with all their heart and soul, that they strive for, that they strive to be. Join them. You'll be part of the pack that lone wolf can never attain.